there's a young man out there is struggling with sex, struggling with attracting women sexually. What does he have to do? Like, what does he have to do in order to increase his probabilities, but in a healthy way, right? Not in the toxic, alpha. I'm gonna fuck these bitches mentality. But like Will said, build relationships with women, right? Not put women down. So I guess I'll start off with Celsi, the guy right here with the six pack. And let me start off with the what
That's all you need.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
You guys are hilarious, man.
How do you get it? How do you get it, Celsi? How do you get the women, man?
Let me tell you, all I can speak on is it's all of my experience, right?
Yeah.
There's such thing as connection. There's such thing as building a relationship beyond sex. There is such thing as building a relationship beyond sex. Now, getting to know somebody from the inside out before anything else is key. Like I just keep watching people that they're going from app to app, and it's a meat market. When you can take yourself off the meat market and you can just find somebody that you're willing to invest your time in. And what I mean is to build relationship, build connection, and make that work. Down the line, you figure it out. But if you don't spend the time and invest in getting to know somebody, there's nothing there for you. It's all about connection. It's all about what can we do together as a unit? What can we do that would allow us can we just hang out? Right? So you would have to walk in with an intention of building a relationship, not with the intention of like, I'm going to spend 2 weeks with you and you're going to give me some and walk away. Like the intention is all about your intention. What do you want to do with somebody? What would be the next 5 to 10 years with having a relationship with somebody? But truly building a relationship that matters, right? The kind of relationship that you want to go, wow, we did that in the last 2 hours. We did that. What would life be like for us at this moment if we continue being this way, being loving and giving and receiving to each other? What would that look like in the next 5 years? And creating something for the future. I have it that most kids these days aren't in the moment to build relationship. They're building a relationship for the next weekend. So you got to get away from I want it now to I want it later.
So I will ask you this because, like, I know you talk about relationships, but some of these guys can't even get to the relationship. They can't even get the attraction. So yeah, I want to speak on the attraction part. Like,
so it's a way to be.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you have to understand is like if you be an a-hole, you're going to be receiving an a-hole. You get that? If you're walking around with confidence and you talk to people as if they're human beings, the words that come out of your mouth, what creates what's there for you at the moment. If you walk up to a man, hey, what's up? Give me your numbers. They see you as that. Like when you can be authentic with people, you can just be with people and in being authentic with people and just kind of hang out. Be just hanging out. Be not having an agenda. And the agenda is, I want to get in your pants. Be that. Be, I want to hold your hand for 5 hours and put my arms around you for 5 hours and make it die. If you can be that, so it's a way of being around people. Because if you're being around with your sister and it's fun and you're having a great time, you're being around with your brother and you're being the same way, and you go out to life and you're being that way. You're being, loving and just being yourself. That's what attracts people. I have it is like if you don't love yourself within enough, that love for yourself shows up that way. Your judgment disappears when you love yourself, because then you love yourself for who you are and you love those outside for who you are from the inside out. So it's all about going back. What do I do for myself? How can I discover myself a new way of being that people see me and they can't recognize who I am? And you be loving and you be vulnerable and you be with people. Go back, just be with people. Start with, hi, I would like to get to know you. Like, are you available for hang out in the, not in the bar, but hang out in the park for a few hours? Like, I want to get to know who you are.
Okay.
Those are the very fundamentals. You've got to go back to the fundamentals.
So Chelsea, let me paint you a picture for the modern day dating today. Chelsea, let me ask you a question. How tall are you?
I'm 6'2", 210 pounds.
Okay, all right.
That's
So you're
my
like,
dream.
so you're part of the alpha group of what females want to have sex with her.
You see what I said? That's what I tell people. No. See, I have it. I'm only like 5'8", almost 5'9".
No, so
but the way I carry
yeah.
myself is a person of 6'2", 220 pounds.
You have confidence.
My confidence within myself and the words that come out of my mouth and the way that I'm being is what makes me whatever that is that people want to see.
So the reason why I brought that up because in today's dating culture, I know you guys are married, but I'm in here still trying to put the game in, but the market today for a lot of ladies because of social media is very superficial. So like what I see, the women, they have this they want a guy that's 6 foot, makes money, good body. These are all the things that the women are looking for, right? And this I'm not saying all women, but this is because of social media. This is what they look for. And if you're an average guy that's not 6 foot, I think in America the average height of a guy is like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
If you're working an average job, if you don't have goals, if you're not ambitious, if you're not confident, so this is why there's a lot of these guys are struggling, and that's why those are things I talk about on my podcast, like certain things that they can do to improve their probability of attracting and competing out there with the other men as well. The 6 foot guy that's tall and ambitious and got something going on with their life. So clearly all you guys. So let me ask you, like, what are things that they could do now? Like, could they work out? Could they read books? Like, what are things like what, like, I'm asking you, like, what if a guy right now is just like a beginner, he wants to give him like the three tips, advice of things he could do and start today, they'll increase his odds on being more sexually attractive. Like what would you say, Charles?
What would I say? 3 things. Go discover yourself. Stop making yourself wrong. You get that?
Okay.
Go discover yourself. Stop making yourself wrong, and be loving.
Be loving.
That's it. It's simple. It's not as complicated as people make it out to be.
Okay.
Right? Stop making yourself wrong. Right? I'm not 6'2". What the hell? Who does that? Right? Who the hell does that? I'm not 6'2" and I don't fit the whatever everybody wants me to be. Like when you're confident with who you are, you're confident with who you are.
Facts.
And stop doubting yourself. It's that one thing, doubt. When you doubt yourself, and it shows up in the way that you are. It shows up the way you look at people, and it shows up in the way you keep your chin down, and it shows up the way you dress. Right? Like when you're being yourself, that when you self-doubt yourself, you walk in a different way. But when you have confidence about yourself, you strut a different way. A man that's confident, regardless of his 5'2" to 6'2", struts a different way. Like you guys see William walk, sexy as hell. You got that? And it's not because of however tall it is. It's just the way that he feels about himself. He's done enough work for himself to discover who he is and who he's not, and he goes to go to work of who he wants to become. You strut with what empowers you. If you walk around with a gun that's empowerment for you, you're going to walk around just the way that you walk around. And it's somebody's watching you from behind, constantly walking around, right? But if you walk around like the world is my playground, God, you're smiling, right? You're having conversation with people around you. You're loving on every woman and every man that's walking by. You're complimenting them for who they are, right? And you're constantly lifting people up. When you're that kind of person, you watch how things around you move. When you become loving to everybody else, you watch things start to move. And you may be the ugliest son of a gun in the room. But when you're being loved out here in life, that's attractive. See, what everybody's looking for in the social media is we want to fit this certain way, right? It is some fake ass BS. Really? If that's what you want, good luck finding that one. Right? Go find yourself a real man. He may be 5'2". Go find a real man that wants to show you what's inside of him, not the way he looks. Go figure that out. Let me love you for who you are. You can love me for who I am and who I'm not. right? But it's having people take a look at themselves, stopping making themselves wrong about everything that they are and they're not. They are perfect who they are. It's like practicing that you are perfect who you are. And be that to people. Be loving to people. Be vulnerable to people. It's only when you're going to show your vulnerability that people are attracted to who you are. Right?
Yeah.
Because when we're walking around pounding our chest, that's in the world of surviving. Who wants to be somebody that's surviving all the time? Right? The masculinity part can only take you so much.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. You know, I think the biggest thing I took away from what you said, like the confidence, because one thing I realized from women, especially when they with the type of men they're attracted to, like women love a guy that can provide and feel safe with them, that can provide and protect them. And if you're not confident, you know, that's gonna deter a lot of women because they can't feel safe with you. How are you gonna expect women to have faith in you to be able to be the man of her life and protect you when you're not confident with your own life yourself? So that's the much. Thank you for sharing that. So let me go to, you know what, I was gonna go to William, but you know, I think William, you know, you don't have trouble with this. So let me go to the guy that actually had to work. We have to work for
6'5", 220 pounds.
We have to work for our sex. We have to work for our sexual attraction.
The man, the legend.
No, I'm sorry, Will. We were just born, you know, with the with the mojo. So
the mojo.
but let me ask Savage, and then we'll come back to Will. So Savage, what are your thoughts about you know, guys out there struggling, you know, virgins, struggling, you know, struggling with women, can't get a attraction with women, like what can he do to be sexually attracted to women?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I definitely like to say thank you to Siausi for saying that, because to hear that coming from an elder and mean it from the heart is not only authentic, but I didn't have to hear that from somebody else that's, you know, it's coming off of a card or an advertisement or a promotion. Hey, buy one, get one free. That came from the heart, and I could not only tell that, but like I could feel that. And before I say anything, this content is not suitable for the children under the age of 18. And sex is overrated, bro. It's overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like the physical act of just intercourse is overrated. And I say that because I now know better. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, dude, man, if that's all you're looking forward to, I'll just tell you right now, you're only going to be there for 5 minutes and then you got to walk out the room and shit. And it's sad.
Bro,
because
5 minutes?
I lied. It was an hour.
That was a joke. Move on.
So if I could go back and tell that young man, you know, try to match with a girl, mind, body, and spirit on each level, meet her on every aspect. Why don't you sit there and listen to her goals and aspirations? Why don't you tell her yours? You know, why don't you tell her about your hopes and dreams of whether you want to go to the NFL or be in the movies or create programs for people who want to better themselves? Why don't you tell her, you know, back when you were 13, you had doubts as you know, making it in life, and you had suicidal thoughts. Why don't you open up about stuff? Like, I wish nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm 32 years old now, and the only thing I'm mindful about is my son. It's just, and of course my daughter, but more specifically my son, is the idea of, you know, being yourself. You will find yourself, and what I mean by that, you will match somebody who will match you. You know, the other day, my wife told me she wants to start a rugby team because she's tired of all the men out here coaching. That shit turned me on. It's the weirdest thing. But like, it turned me on because she had a goal to it. She's like, I'm just, you know, I want to get these young girls. I want to recruit them, and I want to get them out to tryouts. And I was like, damn, like that's weird. Like, I don't know why that power, that empowerment coming out of you just hearing that. But if I wouldn't think like that, because nobody would tell me, you know, that's not wrong to think that way. But if young men who are listening now, there's nothing wrong with your home. You know, if you're going to be out there, please be safe, wrap it up. But that's not what it's all about. That is not what it's all about. If there's somebody in your circle who's telling you, you know, catch some bodies, you know, catch all the bodies, get all the bodies you want, and stack up the numbers, you know, it's going to be a very lonely time when you realize there's no one there to talk to you. There's no one there to back you up. No one there to share their hopes and dreams with you. You know, because sex is, like I said, it's 5 minutes to an hour, and if at that best. But if that girl no interest in you after, then what the hell were you doing that for? Well, just to tell the boys, I did it. And then what happens when you're 25? What happens when you're 26? What happens when you're 27? They're just war stories, right? You share the battle scars, and that's what it is. Yeah, I did all that, and then what happened? Well, I live with, I got I play games and stuff. Oh, so you have all the body counts. You did nothing. That didn't help you make you a better person. That didn't help you to do something with your life. I see. Okay, well, that's the case. I wish you the best of luck with that, because if you're still spreading that kind of knowledge to young men, thinking that's okay, rack them up and it's okay to be that way, man, you're very limited. You're very one-minded. You're very one-dimensional. You only see down a narrow hallway, and that limits the next generation. I think Shausi said it earlier about being mindful. Like I heard a saying, but he reminded me when he said it about being mindful. Come out the generation, be the next leaders. Be careful how we plant our seeds. You know what I'm saying? Very mindful, very careful how we plant our seeds, because if I'm going to hypersexualize a woman in front of my son, he doesn't have much to look forward to in the future. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that.
All right, man. That Malo Savage, thank you. I think somebody on the chat said 5 minutes. It was a woman. She was like, "Man, that's a record."
That's for life.
You could have said 5.5, bro, because it's a half that matters.
All right.
All right, here we go.
And last but not least, all right, everybody take out your notepads. We about to ask the real man.
The legends in the house.
Man, I mean, they said everything already. So, I mean, for me, well, as soon as, listen, I don't care. So I know a lot of stud dudes, like they had all, they're pro athletes and they do all this and do all that. And everybody said the same thing, including myself. When you focus on that, then it doesn't really come to you like that. When you focus on yourself, and that's why I say they already said everything. You focus on yourself, you're not tripping off of nothing else. You're just going for your own thing. All of a sudden, even when I don't want it, it's like they're almost like distractions. Because like, man, as soon as I stop trying to focus on how do I get this girl, as soon as I focus on myself, here you come. So if that's the question, how do you attract women? Focus on yourself. That's what. So Chelsea said that. Henry said. Savage said that. Focus on yourself. And so that's one thing. And then another thing, and I think Chelsea said this. If you uplift people with genuinely, so you walk around and you see, oh, I like your shoes. Keep going. You don't have to shoot your shot. You're not shooting your shot. I genuinely like your shoes because I see you took your time to do that. Whatever it is, I don't know. You took your time to do your hair. Keep moving. Don't sit around and try to holler at her or whatever, or shoot your shot. Just it's. I mean, I guess it would be seen as a compliment, but in your head, you're uplifting people, and Chelsea said that already. You just uplift people. Everywhere you go, you find the good in them. We find the good at the bad in people all day. I can go down my list. I have a whole bunch of messages that I didn't read because, you read a little bit of it and I already know you're talking shit about me. I'm not going to read that. So, but there's the same energy it took to do that. You could find something good to say about somebody. And if you see somebody in real life, if you're trying to attract people, if that's what you want to do, I'm not trying to do that because, that would bring trouble to me. But if you're trying to attract people, the way that I do it without trying is you uplift people. As Chelsea said that, you just walk around and I see the good in you, man. I like the way, and it don't have to be. It's everybody. You're not discriminate about. Oh, I'm just gonna do it to women because it's obvious you're doing it to women because you want some ass. I'm telling everybody, man, I like your car. Man, how did you do that? How you do this? You just want, everybody does something to, to be noticed or to do something to, and then if you can recognize that, man, do you know how that one word will carry somebody?
Yep.
And they'll go around and they'll say, man, or they'll tweet about it or they'll post about it and they'll say, man, you know, somebody said something to me. You know, they just have a great day. They had a great day because of you, because of what you
100%.
said. So I'm like, you know, I'm married. I don't care about none of that. So, but it's like, how good does it feel to say that? Now think about this. If you're single and you did that, you know, don't weaponize it. But I'm saying, if you were single and you walked around and you just uplifted everybody, man, you're gonna have a, you know, a lot of 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's if you want, you know, if that's what. But don't weaponize it. I'm just saying, do it from your heart. Yeah. Be genuine about it. Just uplift people and focus on yourself. You don't have to, you know, everything else will come to you. Yeah. So, and I don't care how you look, because I know guys, you know, I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. You know, that's not, I don't meet the goal, but it's still like, you know, I don't have any problems. As soon as I focus on myself, I didn't have any problems. You know, when I was younger, I was buffer and I was, you know, I had more hair, or, you know, I was able to do more things. I still had the problems because my mind wasn't there. So just focus on you, and then, you know, uplift everybody else. And then, you know, all of those things will come. Just do that. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Beautiful. Let me throw in something that I learned when I was younger.
Yep.
I think I was like maybe 23, 24. What I got for myself, I had this partner when I was still being a PI, I had this partner that taught me everything. And I think what he said to me, what I got from watching him, if I can make some woman, if there's 100 people in the room, if I can make one woman feel safe and that she's the only one that matters, and that she's the only one that exists in that room, imagine what could happen. Imagine what could happen if that lady got it, or that one individual, and your attention is yours, and you're being in the moment with her constantly, and she feels like she's $1 million. Imagine what could happen from there on. You give your undivided attention, right? And you're just being with her, and if she feels like $1 million, you think she's going to give you back $1 million? Take a look, right? Be with people. Be with people.
All right. Thank you. And William, one of my followers just DM'd me. She said that she wants to be uplifted. I don't know what that means, but
well, if I saw her, I pick something out. Like I said, you just see, you know,
remember,
you compliment.
I only talk to people that are 180 and above. 180 pounds, I'm not talking.
All right. So yeah. We a lot of uplifting to do, fellas. A lot of uplifting to do.
That's awesome.